Welcome to Oracle SQL and PLSQL session. So trigger in Oracle, right? So what is trigger in Oracle? Say for an example, you are working in production environment. Okay, you are working in production environment. You have a table. Then what happened? So next one is instead of trigger. So what is the meaning of instead of trigger? So if you see this instead of trigger, you are having some views. So this is my table, employees table. Okay, one table you can take employees table. You are creating a views on this table on only on employees table. Is this complex view or simple view? This view is called simple view. You are making read and write view. So normally in real-time project, most of the views are only read-only view. But sometimes we can go for read and write view. So if you are going for read and write view, if you are inserting any data on the view, it will get inserted onto the base table only, correct? So base table only. View is nothing but virtual table. That's it. This is simple view. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a complex view on the table. So we are going to combine employees table, departments table, and I'm going to make a join on this table and creating department name as well. Department ID, department name, location ID, all this. This is called complex view. See, if you are going to do a complex view on this, both of the table, on this table, this is complex view, right? If you are trying to insert the record into this complex view, okay, into this complex view, then Oracle cannot able to find, okay, which table I have to insert. Okay, it will get confused whether I have to insert on the employees table or I have to insert on the departments table. Both it will not do it, and we cannot do it here. We cannot insert any data onto the complex view. So if you are inserting, you will get error. So insert on the complex view on it cannot be performed. But here you can create instead of trigger. If you are creating instead of trigger, yes, this complex view insertion is acceptable. Create, employees table. Yes, we have employees table here. I will describe the table. You have how many columns? 11 columns are there. And I'm doing the departments table. We have the departments data. So we need to join it. I'm just creating a view. See, what is this view contains? Create or replace view name, EMPV. Okay. Employee ID, first name, last name, email, hire date, job ID, employees, where department ID equal to 30. Just I'm creating one view. See, what is this view, right? Whatever the column we have not null, that I have defined here. First name, for last name, yes. Then email is not null, hire date is not null, job ID is not null. All the columns I have mentioned. Okay. So why? Because if you are trying to insert the value, this is simple view. If you are trying to insert the value into this view, all the not null columns should be defined here. Then only you'll get value to this base table, right? Yes. What I will do, I will go on we have created a view, right? I'll go and insert data on the view like this. See, I'm just trying to check whether employee view will have data. Yes, it will have the data on department ID 30, right? Yes, I'm trying to insert one record here. Insert into values 300. So just I'm inserting this value. So it will get inserted onto the base table, right? As of now, there is no record 300 in this employees table, right? There is no data 300. See, I'm trying to insert it. Where I'm inserting? I'm inserting on the employees view. On top of view, I'm inserting. Where it will get inserted? The base table, it will go and insert. See, this concept we have seen already in the views concept, right? Yes. If you go and check now, so this record also, but this record will not be available on this view. Why? Why we view is department ID 30 only. But here I'm not providing any department ID 30, it is a null. That's why you are not seeing here 300. But this value will be available in employees table. If you go and check here, you will have this view table. Record has been inserted. This is called a simple view. Okay. So now I will create a, a complex view. Okay. What is this complex view? So if you are doing insert operation on the simple view, yes, it will get inserted. But I'm going for the complex view. Create or replace view name, same way as select employee ID, first name, last name, email, all this column from the department name also I'm taking. Department ID, department name. So department ID from which table? Departments table. D table from employees department where department ID equal to department. So this is nothing but simply a select statement, joining, right? If you see this, it is selecting. So based on that, I will create this view. Yes, the view has been created. So now I'm trying to select the data. Yes, you can select the data, but I'm trying to insert the data here. Okay, I'm trying to insert the data here. I'm passing employee ID is 300. Okay, you can, if you want, you can make 301 if you want, or you can roll back it. Whatever you have inserted already, you roll back. Okay, now I will create this view and insert into this both complex view. Going for 301 is nothing but employee ID. So whatever the details I want, I'm just mentioning all the details. Okay, I'm trying to insert. Whether it will be inserted, okay, not enough values. That means some value I'm missing here. Employee ID, first name, last name, email, hire date, job ID. Job ID I missed it here. Single quotes. SA underscore rep. Okay, job ID, salary, department ID, all this. Just I'm trying to insert it. If I'm trying to insert here, I'm getting error. So what is the error I'm getting? So previously we did here. It has been inserted on the base table. But now we are doing it right. Cannot modify more than one base table through a join view. So this is the error. We are getting it. Okay, so two are separate statement, we have to do it. In order to insert the record, we have to go for two different separate insert statement we have to do. Insert into employee separately, insert into department separately. But here it is not possible. That's what we are getting there. But I'm going to create a trigger now. This trigger is called instead of trigger. What is the trigger name is called? Instead of trigger. So if you see this trigger, create or replace trigger name instead of trigger. So this is the keyword actually. Instead of insert on this table, declare. Just I'm making that variable. I'm checking whether that record is exist or not. If not exist, I'm just inserting it. Okay. So insert into table name. We are making new records, new department ID, department name on the departments table and employees table. All the details I'm getting. So what is the new and old? Okay, employee ID, first name, last name, all the details. Just I'm taking this value, new values I'm trying to do it. So just I'm doing the compilation of trigger. I'm just compiling it. The trigger has been compiled. So now I will go and insert the record. Two tables, complex view, right? This is complex view now. So I'm trying to insert it. See, it is getting inserted. See this trigger, right? This trigger will get fired on top of the view. That is very important. On top of the complex view only you can create instead of trigger. On top of the complex view, we can able to create the instead of trigger. It will get fired. If you go and check here, select star from departments. Yes, you can check departments table first. If you are checking here, then this 280 will be available here, right? See 280 purchasing is available now. Same way, if you are going to check in employees table, this 301 will be available. See here, 301 is available. So I hope you are clear. Just I will roll back. See, this is the usage of instead of trigger. Instead of trigger means you can load the data on the base table if it is complex view. So I will give you the statement just to go through it. So you will get to know all this very clearly. So one more concept is called mutating error. You assume that you have two tables. Okay, sometimes in real time project also you might be seeing this kind of scenario. Somebody else is already loading this table. You are trying to load the table data to this table. What will happen? You'll get error like the table is being loaded, right? You can find this kind of issues in Informatica also. The table is being loaded. Error data, yes, you will be seeing. So it will go for table lock and it will lock the table and it will try to one DML operation is happening on the table and the other DML operation will not be allowed on the same table. It will say like the table is being loaded. Sometimes it will get hanged. So you have to unlock that table and then only it will load this data into this table. But the same way you assume that we have two different table. Okay. So we have two different table. One is customer one and customer two. Two different tables is there. So what is the table here? Customer one and customer two. Two different tables. See in this table, the Oracle mutating trigger occurs when a trigger references the table to owns the trigger. Okay, resulting in this particular mutating is means changing. Okay, table name is mutating, or this kind of error you'll be getting. So what is this? See, mutating table is a table that is currently being modified by an update, any DML operation, update, delete, insert operations. You will encounter Oracle this error if you have a row trigger that reads or modifies the mutating table. Okay, so I will create two tables. One is customer one and another one is customer two. Just I'm creating two tables. What is the table? Customer one table has customer ID, customer name. Another table customer two, customer ID, customer name. Okay. So two tables I'm just creating. Okay. So here I'll go to the insert into customer one. Okay. I'm trying to insert the record into the table. Which table I'm inserting? Customer one table. Okay. I have inserted one record in this table, 200. Okay. So here I'm just inserting 200. So this is the way I have inserted here. Okay. So I will commit it. You can see I just committed. I will use the trigger now. I'll create a trigger. So what is the trigger is doing now? Create or replace trigger name. Some trigger name I'm just giving mutate trigger. After insert on customer two. Okay, if you are doing any insert operations on this table customer two, okay, after insert on customer two for each row, begin this transaction. Update customer one. See, whenever you are doing insert, so you update the record into this table. Set customer ID. This customer ID to be updated with this customer ID. For an example, some customer ID I'm giving here. This should be updated here. Okay, that's what I have created. See, I'm just creating one trigger. Trigger has been compiled, not yet fired. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to insert the record into the customer two table. See, I'm trying to insert record here. What is the record? 100. I'm trying to insert it. I'm trying to insert the record here. If I'm trying to insert, we'll be getting error saying that mutating trigger. We are getting the same error, right? 04091. Are you getting this? Same error 04091. Table name. It's like a mutating this kind of error you are getting. See, sometimes you are getting error. So why you are getting this error? There are two tables, right? There are two tables. One table, customer one, we have inserted, we have committed. Okay, that means we have committed. Then second table customer 2. In this table, after insert on this table customer 2, we have to, what we are telling in Oracle. Okay, after inserting here, this insert statement, I'm executing it. After inserting it, you fire this one, right? But what happens? I haven't committed this, right? Since I haven't committed, this transaction is not yet completed. This is being loaded, right? Being loaded. Customer 2 is being loaded. On the same table, I'm going to take the data from this table to customer 1. So we cannot perform here. See here, table HR.customer2 is mutating. That means it is changing. That means I haven't committed it. So if you haven't committed it, we cannot take the data from that table. So to avoid this, what I have to do, avoid this kind of scenario, you have to make this transaction as child transaction. Got it? If you are making this transaction as child transaction, then the next transaction it will not get impacted. Okay, that's why we are going for the child transaction. You can see this same way. I'm just creating one more trigger. Okay, see one more trigger. I'm just creating nothing. After insert on customer 2 for each row, just I'm making that declare Pragma autonomous transaction. Since I'm using Pragma autonomous transaction, we have to do commit or rollback. So just I'm doing it. So trigger has been compiled now. And I'm trying to insert the record here. So one row inserted now, right? So if you go and check on the customer 2 table, select star from even the customer 2, I haven't committed, right? But still it is, see customer 2, I have inserted with 200, sorry, 100. Customer 1, I have inserted with 100, sorry, 200 already. If you go and check customer 1 table now, it should have 100, right? Okay, so why? Because we haven't, so why it is null value? Why? Because I haven't committed the outer transaction. That should be, oh, sorry. I have used control enter. So I'm just selecting here. Thing is there. Just I will commit the outside transaction. If you go and check here, still nothing is there, right? But if I'm going to insert the record on this table, okay, customer 2 table where it is inserting customer 1. Okay, so I'm going to take this as 200, sorry, 300 or 350. It's a maximum record we are taking, right, from this table. Customer 2, I'm taking this one row got inserted. So this table I'm inserted on the customer 2, but I'm selecting customer 1. So if you are seeing the customer 1, previous, whatever the data we have, now you are able to see this. I haven't updated here, right? So why? Because I haven't, after inserting, I haven't committed. So that's why this data has been loaded, not loaded. So if you want to commit, yes, you have to commit here. Then it will get automatically populated when you are going to do any insert or update operation. So this operation you have to perform. You have to call this trigger. Some insertion happening on the customer 2. So that time it will get fired automatically. See, this time I'm going for 352. Customer 2, I'm doing it. But 350 will get inserted here, updated here. Got it? So this is what you can perform this mutating error. If you want to make the transaction as child transaction, you have to use the keyword called Pragma autonomous transaction. Okay, if you want to make this transaction as autonomous, you want to commit or rollback, so you have to use the same way here. Declare Pragma autonomous transaction. You have to make commits.